82%. That is the probability the United States government attached this week to an El Niño forming within the next 2 months. And the moment that number was published, almost every headline filed it as a weather story. A wet winter coming, a dry one somewhere else. I want to tell you as plainly as I can that this is not a weather story. It is a food story, and the world has not noticed. Because the last time the Pacific Ocean assembled the exact configuration now being forecast, the year was 1877, and 50 million people died. Not because one harvest failed, but because the harvest failed everywhere at once. So the question this video is built around is not whether El Niño is coming, it is whether the modern world quietly built its entire food supply on an assumption the Pacific is now poised to break. If a forecast that sounds like background noise can carry a history like that, you will want to stay for the whole picture. Take a second to like this video and subscribe to the Skylab, because we are going to be tracking this ocean all summer, and tell me in the comments which country you are watching from, and whether the price of food where you live has already started to move. Let's get into it. Part 1. The Pacific just changed its mind. Most people heard the words El Niño Watch this week and filed them somewhere in the back of their minds, in the same drawer where we keep the weather forecast and the pollen count. A watch. Something to keep an eye on. Probably means a wet winter somewhere, or a dry one somewhere else. And then they moved on with their day. I want to tell you, as gently and as clearly as I can, that this is one of the few times the headline genuinely undersells the story. Because what was announced this week is not really a weather story at all. It is a food story, and the world has not noticed. On May 14th, 2026, the Climate Prediction Center, the arm of the United States government that watches the tropical Pacific for a living, issued an El Niño watch. That phrase has a specific technical meaning. It means the conditions that produce an El Niño are now expected to develop, and the agency wants everyone who depends on the forecast to start paying attention. The numbers attached to the watch were not vague. They put the probability of El Niño conditions emerging during the May through July window at 82%, and they put the probability of those conditions still being in place through the heart of winter, December 2026 through February 2027 at 96%. Read those two numbers again because they are doing a lot of quiet work. 82% that it arrives within weeks, 96% that once it arrives, it stays through